Affirming your own worth every morning is a powerful practice that serves as the foundation for your day. It's easy to get caught up in the external expectations placed on us by society, by our jobs, by our relationships. We are constantly measured by outcomes, success, and the approval of others. But the truth is, your worth is not defined by any of these external factors. Your worth comes from within, from the simple fact that you exist. Each of us is born with an inherent value, a unique purpose that cannot be measured by external standards. When you wake up each morning, you have the opportunity to remind yourself of this truth. In the quiet moments before you rise from your bed, affirming your worth allows you to center yourself in the truth of who you are. It is a reminder that no matter how the day unfolds, no matter how you are perceived or what happens in the world around you, your intrinsic value remains unchanged. You are worthy because you are, not because of what you do, what you achieve, or who you impress. This deep internal affirmation provides the stability and strength needed to face any challenge the day may bring. When you affirm your worth, you also claim your power. You acknowledge that you are enough just as you are. This simple acknowledgement shifts your perspective. It invites you to stop seeking external validation and instead to look inward for affirmation. By cultivating self-worth, you learn to value yourself independent of how others treat you or what the world expects of you. This practice can be especially transformative in environments that often leave us feeling small or inadequate, where we are made to believe that we are only valuable when we meet certain conditions or standards. It is important to remember that affirming your worth is not an act of arrogance, but of self-respect and self-love. It is not about thinking you are better than others, but about recognizing that you, just like everyone else, are deserving of respect, kindness, and peace. In affirming your worth, you are simply accepting your place in the world, embracing all that you are, and giving yourself permission to be whole and complete exactly as you are. By consistently practicing this affirmation, you begin to shift your self-perception. No longer do you allow the opinions of others to dictate how you see yourself. Instead, you create a foundation within that is unshakable, where your value is not dependent on fleeting moments or the judgments of others. With every affirmation, you reinforce the truth that you are worthy of love, happiness, and success simply because you exist in this world. The importance of affirming your worth lies not only in how it shapes your own self-view, but also in how it transforms the way you interact with the world. When you believe in your worth, you show up more fully in your relationships, in your work, and in your own life. You do not settle for less than you deserve. You set boundaries, speak your truth, and make choices that reflect your deepest values and desires. Gratitude is a transformative force that has the power to shift your entire experience of life. When you wake up each morning, the very first thing you can do is offer thanks for the gift of another day. This practice of embracing gratitude is not just a momentary act, it is a way of life that rewires your brain and your heart. In a world that often focuses on what is lacking or what needs to be fixed, gratitude helps you recognize the abundance already present around you. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from worry to peace. When you consciously cultivate gratitude each day, you train your mind to notice the positive in every situation, no matter how small. It could be the warmth of sunlight streaming through your window, the sound of birds singing, or the feeling of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. These are the small, everyday moments that are easy to overlook, yet they carry immense power when we stop to appreciate them. Gratitude anchors you in the present, reminding you that the very essence of life, your breath, your heart, the world around you, is worthy of acknowledgement and appreciation. Gratitude also deepens your connection with others. When you express thankfulness for the people in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers who show you kindness, you are not only enhancing your own well-being, but you are also creating a ripple effect of positivity. The energy you put into the world returns to you in unexpected ways. People feel valued when they are appreciated, and this appreciation fosters deeper connections and a sense of belonging. It's a reminder that we are all part of something much bigger than ourselves, and our interactions with others are a reflection of this shared experience. On a deeper level, gratitude teaches you resilience. Life is not without its challenges, and it can be easy to focus solely on the difficulties we face. However, when you make gratitude a habit, you begin to see that even in the midst of hardship, there is something to be thankful for. Gratitude helps you find meaning in adversity. It could be the lesson learned, the growth experienced, or the strength gained from facing a difficult moment. By acknowledging the silver linings, you begin to cultivate a mindset that looks for solutions rather than getting stuck in problems. Moreover, gratitude shifts your emotional state. It is scientifically proven that gratitude activates areas in the brain associated with feelings of happiness, contentment, and joy. This daily practice of thankfulness gradually rewires your brain to see the world through a lens of appreciation, enhancing your overall mental and emotional well-being. As you express gratitude, you are not only improving your relationship with yourself, but you are also laying the foundation for more positive experiences to flow into your life. Fear is a powerful emotion, and its presence can be paralyzing, clouding our judgment and preventing us from moving forward. Each morning when you rise, you are given a new chance to release that fear and trust in the unfolding of your life. Fear often arises from the unknown, from what we cannot control, but it is important to remember that the unknown is not to be feared. It is simply the space where growth happens. Trusting in the process means surrendering the need for certainty and allowing life to reveal itself on its own terms. We live in a world that often tells us to have everything figured out, to control every outcome, and to prepare for every possible scenario. But this level of control is an illusion. The truth is, no matter how hard we try to predict and plan, life will always have a way of surprising us. When you wake up in the morning, let go of the need to have all the answers. Release the fear that arises from uncertainty and instead embrace the beauty of letting things unfold naturally. Trust that every moment, every step, every decision is part of a greater process that is leading you exactly where you need to be. Fear often takes root in the mind, amplifying our worries and doubts. It tells us that we are not enough, that we are not prepared, or that we cannot handle what lies ahead. But fear is a temporary state, not a permanent one. It is a signal that we are about to step into something new, something that challenges us and invites us to grow. Releasing fear does not mean ignoring it or pretending it doesn't exist. It means acknowledging it without letting it control you. It means choosing to act in spite of fear, trusting that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. When you trust the process, you accept that not everything can be known in advance. The path you walk is filled with unexpected twists, turns, and detours, but each one carries its own lesson, its own opportunity for growth. By releasing the need to control the outcome, you open yourself up to the magic of the journey itself. Trusting in the process allows you to find peace even in moments of uncertainty. It helps you to stop worrying about what might go wrong and instead focus on what you can do in the present moment to move forward with confidence. As you release fear, you also cultivate faith in yourself, faith in life, and faith in the timing of everything. The universe has a way of orchestrating events in ways that may not always be clear at first. But when you trust in the process, you begin to see that each step has a purpose, and each challenge is there to shape you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. You realize that you are not walking alone, but are part of a larger rhythm of life that is constantly supporting you, even when you cannot see it. Recognizing the power of choice is one of the most profound realizations you can have in life. Each day presents you with a multitude of choices, both big and small. The decisions you make, from the way you approach your work to how you respond to others, shape the direction of your life. When you wake up in the morning, you are not just greeted by a new day, but by a fresh opportunity to choose how you will engage with the world around you. Your choices, consciously or unconsciously, determine the quality of your experiences and ultimately the life you create for yourself. In a world where many aspects of life feel beyond our control, recognizing that you have the power to choose gives you a sense of agency. You may not be able to control external circumstances, but you can always control how you respond to them. This is where your true power lies, your ability to choose your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude in any given situation. Even in the face of difficulty or challenge, you have the ability to choose how you will meet it. Will you approach it with fear and resistance, or will you embrace it as an opportunity to grow? Will you let negativity cloud your perspective, or will you choose to see the lessons in every experience? The power of choice is also tied to personal responsibility. When you recognize that you are the architect of your own reality, you understand that the choices you make have consequences, both positive and negative. It's easy to blame others or external situations for the outcomes in your life, but true empowerment comes when you take ownership of your decisions. Every action you take is a reflection of your inner beliefs and values, and when you choose in alignment with your highest self, you move closer to the life you truly desire. Choosing your thoughts is one of the most important aspects of exercising your power. Thoughts are the building blocks of reality. And when you consciously choose positive, affirming, and empowering thoughts, you begin to transform your mindset. You start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, and you learn to navigate life with a sense of purpose and clarity. Your thoughts shape your emotions, your behaviors, and your interactions with others. When you recognize the power of your thoughts, you recognize that you have the ability to shift your entire experience by simply choosing what you focus on. In recognizing the power of choice, you also become more aware of your values. Your choices reflect what is most important to you, your goals, your dreams, your beliefs, and your sense of self. When you align your choices with your core values, you create a life of authenticity and fulfillment. It's when we act out of alignment with our true values that we feel conflicted or disconnected. By recognizing the power you have to choose in every moment, you are empowered to live a life that truly reflects who you are and what you stand for. When you trust your journey, you embrace the mystery of life, knowing that everything you encounter is leading you to where you are meant to be. Often, we want answers before we take the next step. We want clarity, certainty, and a clear vision of what the future holds. But in reality, clarity often comes only after we take the leap into the unknown. When you trust your journey, you learn to move forward, even when the way is not fully illuminated. Each step you take, even in uncertainty, is part of the larger tapestry of your life. Every experience, every twist, every turn has its place in the grand design of your personal growth. This trust in the unknown is also about embracing the lessons that come with every challenge. Every moment of uncertainty carries a lesson that will deepen your understanding of yourself and your path. You may not always see the purpose of a difficult situation in the moment, but as you look back, you will often realize that the journey was shaping you, teaching you, and preparing you for what was next. Trusting your journey means accepting that not everything is meant to be understood immediately. It is the faith that in time, all things will make sense. When you trust the journey, you stop trying to force things to happen according to your own timeline. You release the pressure to have everything figured out, and instead you move with the flow of life. This surrender to the unknown doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or passively waiting for things to unfold. It means engaging with life as it comes, trusting that each step you take is bringing you closer to your highest purpose. It's about remaining open, adaptable, and willing to receive what the universe has in store for you, even if it doesn't come in the form you expected. In the end, trusting your journey is an act of courage. It requires the willingness to step into the unknown with an open heart, knowing that whatever happens will ultimately serve your growth, your wisdom, and your evolution.